Good evening. Today I will be explaining my code for what I did in test 2 for part 1 and for part 2. So I am not editing it. It says I'm editing, but I am not editing at all, and I just came on to do my video. So first, in my test by part 1 is I put in my regular files. I called in the files. As you can see, I uploaded my BJet, my PSE, and my ATLib. And here is my functions, just in case if I'm going to use them. While I keep going down, I called in my tables. As you can see, I called my ATLib, again, the same thing, vice versa. And here I made histograms of the test scores, of showing what they are like on the regular table. So here is the other stuff to begin. Here are my correlation coefficients between, this is the correlation between BJet to PSE. So here I did a correlation, I did my coding, I selected what I need to select, I joined it together, and that gives me my PSE and BJet. And when I look for the correlation, it gave me a 0.62, which is pretty high, which is also really good. Then I made a fitted line just to give a little more visual, and as you can see, it really correlates. And then when you look at the BJet and the PSE, they look like they've been dropping, and then they're going up, and then it shows that they are really together. Now when we look at the correlation between PSE and ATLib, we also did a similar coding, just a little changing, also did a little bit of fitting. As you can see, the PSE and the ATLib histograms when it came to these, when it came to the joint tables, you can see they're much lower compared to the rest over here. As we keep going down, we had a BJet to ATLib, same coding, same fitted line. You can see this is a little more scattered. And you can see that BJet changes a little bit, but ATLib really doesn't change at all. And we will see that more in part 2. And so in part 2, we did the same thing. We called in the files, we did our regular data, called in the files, calling the functions, and calling the tables. And then here is where we joined the 3 tables together to find what was the issue with the non-repeaters and repeaters. So this is what we did for the non-repeaters, where we joined them all together. And as you can see here in the histogram, they look, if we compare them to the rest, let me show you right now. As we go back here, I've noticed that when I was doing my just a little search over before I was finished my test, I saw they were different. As you can see, there's a higher percent per unit compared with the BJet at a higher percentage here than compared to here. Same as the PSE, it has a difference as well as it slowly rises compared to the decreases over here. And the ATLibs, they barely change, as you can see here. ATLibs look really similar compared to the others, so ATLib doesn't make a difference. But when you look at the correlation between, as you can see, here's my averages. As you can see, the correlation between the BJet and PSE looks good. But we have a little problem with the BJet and ATLib, which doesn't look as good, but we do have a correlation with PSE and ATLib. And so, as you can see, the tables look different. As you can see, this one skews more upward, while the other one skews downward. And vice versa, it happens, which you can see is that ATLib and BJet don't connect, but PSE and BJet, ATLib do. So it doesn't matter what BJet you got for your ATLib, it matters a little more when what happens in your PSE to your ATLib. Thank you for watching my thing. Enjoy.